Our appointed agent returns. Your report quickly. Was your hunt successful? Excellent. It's somewhat of a shame to kill such powerful beasts, but of course, Summerset citizens come first. I'll let my superiors know the area is safe once more. Though helping the Isle is its own reward, here's a more substantial offering. I must admit, the newcomers who we've contracted have been pulling their weight. Is surprising, to say the least. Reluctant, perhaps, but I'm also a realist. I'll accept help wherever I can find it if it means the survival of Summerset. Besides, it's not like I have a lot of other options in this matter. Your flaws are showing, newcomer. Don't you know that the Ultima of Summerset each have a purpose and a function? I can no sooner ask a farmer to abandon his field as I can alter the course of a flowing river. It simply isn't done. To be frank, at this point I'll take whatever I can get. As a justiciar of the Divine Prosecution, my orders are clear. Do whatever it takes to make sure these contracts get completed. I never shirk my duty, and neither should you. Justiciar is my rank within the Divine Prosecution. It means I have more authority and responsibility than a bailiff, but not as much as a chief justiciar or a magistrate. I tend to investigate criminal infractions and adjudicate legal disputes. Newcomers often erroneously reach that conclusion. It defines an aspect of my role, but not the entirety. Justiciars not only render judgment, but also embody the righteousness of law. Pity I'm forced to work with newcomers, though.
Greetings, Deputy. Were you able to complete your assignment? And collected the plans as well. Very good. These will be useful for tracking their movements. As soon as we have the resources, we'll rid Summerset of this filth once and for all. I thank you for your service. Live well and serve, Deputy. The Divine Prosecution always appreciates those willing to risk life and limb for the citizens of Summerset. The Divine Prosecution enforces both secular and religious law. We're charged with maintaining the moral integrity of the entire island. As such, we conduct many different types of investigations, including those that deal with Daedra. Of course not. Some wrong-thinking Ultima sometimes gets a heretical idea and says an inappropriate prayer or joins a half-hearted cult. But this is Summerset. To be honest, most of our real problems center around newcomers to our fair isle. We represent law and order in Summerset. As such, we investigate crimes of all sorts of legal infractions. We're lawkeepers and protectors of religious and social mores. Due to the sudden uptick in incidents, we've been forced to seek outside help. Not in the least. After all, I was the one who suggested the idea to the High Magistrate. In my experience, newcomers are well suited to the incidents we need to contract out. In Summerset, every native-born Ultima has a place and purpose. Everyone has their hands full just trying to stay on the path to Alaxon, the path to perfection. But newcomers, they're just brimming with idleness and the need for a purpose.
This manor is closed by order of the Divine Prosecution, so I'll keep this brief. Who are you and what do you want? Aye, Surabane's ring, will I never be rid of that hen? Look, turning away grieving mothers brings me no satisfaction, but this situation is delicate. The Divine Prosecution does not lose prisoners. Ever. Certainly not frightened children like Arathel. Not here, clearly. You really do mean to track him down, don't you? Fine. When we took Arathel into custody, he was only carrying a handful of coin, a tin flute, and some kind of crude map. Our draftsman drew up a few copies for distribution to the bailiffs. They're stacked upstairs near the hearth. You can take one if you wish, with this condition. If you find something, you will bring it to my attention, immediately. It seems he escaped into the vaulted Halsoriel. The sewer. Gods, what a hideous word. Anyway, he had help. That gaping hole in the wall is obviously quite new. Might have been a conventional explosion or some kind of arcane rupture. We won't know until the Revelators examine the scene. So you would ask my name without offering your own? No, don't bother. I've grown to expect these clumsy troglodytic introductions. I am Talarian, Justiciar of Ramand. I oversee all matters related to bonds and incarceration here in Shimmerene. Spilling wine on your vest at a dinner party is embarrassing. This is... frankly, there isn't a word in the common tongue for this. It is Raxifilas. Disgraceful on a scale you outsiders can't even imagine. That's a matter for the High Justiciar and the Sapiarchs. My only concern is returning him to custody. And time is of the essence, so please, be on your way.
Good myrrh, This one despises this land of pompous snobs with all their rules of conformance and pretentious attitudes. Forgive Riharai, but this one doesn't often see a customer who isn't a self-important high elf. I'll make sure you get my special brew. Queen Irene promised we'd fall in love with the sky and the sea. She said that her people would be kind and accepting. This one hasn't heard that many lies since she watched a performance by the House of Reveries. Sorry. Just feeling down. Ah, for that one you must go upstairs. The hooded man will have what you seek. Good luck, Walker.
I know it doesn't look like it, but I'm working. So, jog on. It didn't instruct you to do anything. That note was meant for someone else. Of course, you already know that. So, should I reach for my knife, or are we going to make nice? Huh. So, Talarian and his lackeys haven't found him either, eh? Color me surprised. I tried to help the kid, but if he didn't even find my note, he's in worse trouble than I thought. You carry yourself well. Maybe Mother can use you. Yeah, the Mother of Rats is our matriarch. She shelters us outcasts and misfits. Loves us, even. In her way. If you aim to help Arethel, she'll want to meet you first. There's an entrance to the sewers down by the docks. Just follow the rats. Name's Edgar Jend. Professional misfit, ne'er-do-well, and sometimes hatchet man. Mother sends me out to collect lost things. And people. I've got to tell you, this whole Arethel thing, it's giving me indigestion. I have a delicate constitution. That's a question for Mother. Speaking of which, you should be on your way.